Go ahead and record this. And hello everyone, and thank you so much for taking the time on this beautiful Tuesday evening, wherever you're at, morning in Australia somewhere. I know it's we're all in different time zone, and that is the beauty of being part of a company that is globally. We work local, but we impact globally. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen really quick. There is no Facebook Live. Okay, so then don't share my screen yet. Let's try this again. Let's say I have to stop live screen and let's start again. Sorry guys. Shucks. All right, share next. It's bipolar, technology, you gotta love it. But hey guys, thanks for being patient. And it is super important for us that we get this live on Facebook, because I truly feel that there's so many people out there that deserve to hear these incredible stories. It's thinking about it, it's saying setting up your meeting on Facebook. Whew. Come on, you got this. We got this.
You're on.
Yes. That's what it's all about. Now I gotta find my Zoom button. There's my Zoom button. All right, guys. Hello on Facebook. Thanks for joining us. We've been on the back end for a little bit, trying to hook up with you guys, because I truly believe that you guys deserve to see what our program has to offer and what we're here to do. So, poop. Oh, did I just say that out loud? Sorry. All right. So, guys, I thank you so much once again for taking the time to be here. My name is Christina Potter, and I'm coming live to you from North Carolina. And I'm here with my incredible team that's globally all over the world. I have not even been able to see everyone that's on here, but I know we actually have 30 global markets. So welcome from wherever in the world you are. Guys, we're here to talk about an incredible company. So we basically started with a vision, and our vision was to impact the world's health and to free people from physical and financial pain. And in the process, we set out to create the most trusted and respectful health and wellness company in the world, right? Today, we not only continue to provide the safe and effective nutrition products that we have, but we're also to help people just like you to feel better, to look better, and to live better in their bodies that they've always wanted. So how do we do that? Well, first of all, before we do anything else, I want you guys to know that we're a company based on integrity. And what does that mean to me? It's basically we're doing everything right, the right way. And if it's not right for the associate, it's not right for you. And you're going to hear 3 incredible stories. One performance / weight loss / incredible Superman coming up right away. An incredible, a second story that's going to be a beautiful woman that's released an enormous amount of weight. And in the process has also transformed her life. And you're going to hear also a financial story. And I just spilled my water, hopefully not on any electronics or welcome live. Hello. Okay, so guys, we all have New Year resolutions, right? So what was your New Year resolution? Like if I was to ask you right now to think back of what was your New Year resolution, these are the typical resolutions. We all have them, right? And we all go and we search online and we try to find solutions. Well, what if you could get all of those solutions, whether it's weight loss or improve your finances or have a better job opportunity or a healthier life or manage stress better or just feel better, have more time with your family. I'm just adding on to it because that's kind of what my revolution, yes, my New Year's resolution / revolution has been. So our vision is that everyone deserves an experience of a joyful and healthy and abundant life. And I'm going to skip through some of these slides and I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know and introduce you to our first speaker of the night. And this super awesome man, I love his Superman pose. And I want you guys to take a look at the picture on the left. That's him in the kitchen with his beautiful wife, right? And then look at the picture right next to him. Now he's 59 years young. He's transformed his life. He's lost over 100 pounds, but he's not necessarily here to talk about the weight loss as much as the performance and how it's transformed his life. This man is running marathons. It's taking like miles and miles of bike rides. He's forever changed his life, and not just his daughter, his grandchild, his entire family. And Dana, where are you, handsome? I'm gonna go ahead and stop my share and introduce
am I up?
to the man of steel.
Okay, I'm up.
Hi.
Oh, well, thank you, Laura.
Beautiful
Thank
wife
you
is
for
joining
bringing me
us.
on here tonight. I appreciate. Oh, I mean Christina, yes. But anyways, yeah, little joke there. The Man of Steel. It's a nickname that I picked up. My son says I stole it from him. But I'm here to talk to you guys tonight about performance and energy. And to tell you where I'm at, I first have to tell you where I came from. I grew up as an outside kid. You know, my generation was, hey, get out of the house, just be back before the street lights come on. So we're outside throwing rocks at each other, riding bikes, playing in the creek, building tree forts. You know, so I was always an athletic and active child. I played soccer my whole life. I even had a soccer scholarship coming out of high school, which I turned down because I saw that commercial on TV. It's not just a job, it's an adventure. You know, and I was like, I'm going to leave home. They're going to miss me. I'm joining the Navy. I got boot camp, you know, cried like a little baby because I missed my mom and dad. But it was a great thing for me. I got to travel the world, met my lovely wife back here, Celia, and been married 38 years. And we have 7 kids and we have 16 grandkids. And like she just said, yesterday, I just turned 59. Most of the time when people talk to me, they like, I had a guy the other day, we're walking on the street and he said, man, you've done really good for yourself. What are you, 42? And I laughed. I said, no, my birthday's tomorrow. I'm going to be 59. But the thing that happened to me was, you know, in the Navy, I had accountability. You know, you had to have body fat percentage. Someone was always throwing a tape on your neck and your waist. You ran a semi-annual fitness test, you know, but all we had to run in the Navy was a mile and a half, do some push-ups and some pull-ups, you know, stomach crunches and stuff. I leave the Navy and I found out that I was kind of cheating the system because I didn't understand what I was missing. What I didn't have that I have today, thanks to Isogenics, is nutrition. You know, I was getting away with kind of eating semi-good, semi-crappy, but I was super active, running all the time. You know, in the Navy, you're active, you're going down ladders, you know, and I was a leader in the Navy. You know, I was a SWAT team leader. I was a military policeman. You know, I fought in the Gulf War. I've been to the Korean airline crash in Guam. In the middle of the night, you know, rescuing people. I mean, I did a lot of things, and I was a leader, not just to those men and women, but, you know, to my own family. And I leave the Navy, I lose the accountability, and weight starts coming on because now I lost activity. I'm in a sedentary job. I'm a criminal investigator, and the pounds start packing on. And before I knew it, I was 252 pounds. I was 37% body fat, and I was lethargic. You know, I didn't sleep well. I started getting, you know, different medical issues from being so obese. And some of you have heard the story with the doctor getting in my face and telling me I'm fat, popping my bike tire the first time I went out and rode with my grandson. And another thing that happened to me was I tried to race one of my grandkids to the end of the driveway and I tore my groin muscle in my 4th stride into the race. And I'd never done that my whole life. So I'm not a runner. I wasn't a runner in the Navy or any of that. But Julie and I joined Isogenics together. And after we did 14 days of that 11-day shred, as we call it, and got all that super nutrition, went through those cleanse days, got all that stuff out of our body, you know, the vitamins, we got on the phone and we were like 2 little schoolgirls. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, Julie, I feel so good. Oh my God, I slept last night. And hey, I woke up before the alarm clock went off. And I woke up and I got out of bed and it was like I was awake. You know, and I show up at work and I'm like, okay, men, this is what we're doing today. And I'm writing on the board. I'm doing stuff. They're going, oh my God, what has happened to Dana? You know, Maurice and Dennis, the 2 guys I work with, are like, he's doing some kind of weird diet thing. And now he's all full of energy. And they're thinking I'm getting that energy through some kind of drink or something that I'm doing. And what they didn't understand, no, it was my body finally receiving the proper fuel, the proper nutrition that I had not been getting for all those years. So now I'm feeling so much better and I'm doing all stuff around the house. And I'll tell you, to this day, I've been with Isogenics for 2.5 years now. I lost 100 pounds. I lost 80 of it and I didn't do a single push-up, pull-up, jumping jack, nothing. I lost all that weight just through the nutrition and the cleansing that they had put together in this totally awesome system. And when I lost 80 pounds and I'm running around the house, my wife is looking at me all the time. She's sitting right now. She can tell you guys, I can't sit on the chair for more than 5 or 10 minutes. I can't watch a movie. When COVID ends, I'll never be allowed in a movie theater because I'll go in there and they'll go, man, this guy won't sit down. He keeps getting up and walking around the movie theater. I do it in the house. I get up and she goes, where are you going? There's a dish in the sink that needs to be washed like right now. We have a dishwasher. Why are you vacuuming? It's 10 o'clock at night. Well, these rugs must be cleaned, honey. And so she looks at me and goes, there's an alien that has gotten to my husband's body because this is not the guy that I knew. He is some kind of superhuman. I thought that was just a name he made up, the Man of Steel. He suddenly thinks he's Superman. And so I'm doing all this stuff. And I finally said, I got to find something else to do. You know, you can only mow the lawn so many times a week. You can only clean around your house so much before your wife says, get out. So I started walking and I said, maybe I could run a mile. I ran a mile and I said, that wasn't so bad. And then I ran a second mile and I just kept building it up. Next thing you know, I could run. Oh, wow. The timer said, Dana, shut up. You hit your time limit. No, I'm going to keep going because I'm almost done. I'm going to wrap this up.
Keep going.
So I start running and then I got up to like 3 miles and I said, hey, we should get in a race, you know, and a bunch of our tribe members got together and we went and ran in a 5K. If you ever get a chance to go do one of those group runs, it is a blast. It reminds me of like Celebration with Isogenics. Everybody there is cheering for each other. Everybody's positive. You're having fun. You're creating challenges. I end up placing 3rd in my age group. I go, hey, I got a medal. The first time I ever ran in a 5K. I never ran that far in the Navy. Remember, 1.5 miles. So the first time I do it, I get a medal. I'm hooked. So in 2019, I ran 5 5K races. I ran in 2 10Ks. And last year in October, I ran my first half marathon in my entire life. And it was a blast. And I now have signed up for 2 of them this year. I'm running in a half marathon next month and one in November. I have to do them virtually because of COVID. And I've been waiting for a race. Everyone keeps saying, why are you still running? I go, cuz I got to be ready. I'm prepping. And I've been doing stuff. Isogenics has a whole line of performance products. And I use all of them. I use the tri-release protein. I use the Nox. I use their pre-workout nitro. I use their repair afterward for your muscles and your joints. And that tri-release, it was a game changer because it gives you protein pacing. In fact, I have Dr. Arceo's book. I just gave him a plug right here. And he talks about protein pacing. So that has made me, I got muscles now that I don't do push-ups all the time. Every once in a while I'll do a TikTok challenge against somebody and do some push-ups, but I don't do them every day. These muscles, I get this through nutrition. And so I'm okay with running those half marathons. I'm okay with running these races. And again, it's the nutrition and the cleansing. It's the system they put together and the vitamins that put me here. I have a reveal tonight. I thought about this and I don't know if I should do it, but I'm going to do it anyways.
Do it.
If your kids are nearby, cover their ears or tell them to go in the other room. I'm not Superman. I know I just broke a bunch of hearts. I told everybody I was the Man of Steel. And yes, there just went half my followers on TikTok and Facebook. But no, I wanted to say that because a lot of people didn't know me when I was fat. They didn't know me when I was unhealthy. And they see me today and they're thinking I'm some kind of superhuman. And they keep saying, man, the people in my neighborhood, they call me the Man of Steel when I run through the neighborhood. And when they talk to me, they all think that I'm this big runner, and I'm not. Isogenics did this for me, okay? Isogenics took a regular Joe. I'm a regular guy like all you guys watching here tonight. I was just like you, and you don't have to be Superman. You don't have to be Wonder Woman to feel super. And let me tell you some things. You know what felt super? Felt coming home every day, wide awake and not needing to take a nap. That felt super. It felt wonderful. You know, waking up and feeling wide awake. You know, going to work and not having to drink 10 cups of coffee so that I could work that day. You know, that's feeling super. That's feeling wonderful. You don't have to be a Superman. You could be a regular person, and you can reach out to whoever told you to come on this call tonight. And I want you to think of something. Someone tells me, Dana, don't you ever feel like quitting when you're doing a long run or you're doing all these exercises? And I said, well, first of all, no. I'm super fueled now, but something else. 2 words. What if? I got that from David Goggins. He's the super special forces guy. If you ever go look him up on YouTube, he's a Navy SEAL. He's done all these things. And that's what he used to drive him. Because you know what? Ask yourself that. What if I gave this lifestyle a chance? What if I could release 20 pounds? What would it do for me? What if I could go out for walks with my kids again, go to the beach, hang out with family and friends, not be the person who hides behind everybody in photos because I'm embarrassed, not be afraid to take my shirt off, not go straight to the giant person's part of the wardrobe, be able to wear, different clothes. Ask yourself, what if? And when you've thought about that, I've got 2 more words for you. I want you to call the person who asked you to come on this call tonight. And I want you to tell them, I'm ready. I'm ready to listen. Please tell me what Isagenix can do for me.
You rock as always. And I love your beautiful wife in the background. She's like, I'm going to make sure he's saying the right thing. I'm going to make sure that he's on point. Thank you for supporting him. Thank you for being with him on this journey. I truly believe that this transformation is phenomenal and it's inspiring on so many ways. If you don't mind, can you tell us from your perspective? She's like, wait, what? From your perspective, how do you feel like you've gained your husband back? Because I know you've met him back in the days when he was Mr. Military, and right, Mr. Military. And then, he kind of let himself go. And I feel like you've got him back, like that young spring chicken that you met the first time.
Oh, the first time when the first time I met my husband is like, skinny. And then when I cook too much good, that's my fault also. One of those is blaming me because I'm cooking for him. But yeah, he gained weight. But after a while, he was gaining weight. I was like, like regretting. Why should I cook this man for food? I don't know what happened to him. But when he lost his weight, oh my God, you guys don't know. I've been crying because I saw my husband that his body's coming back. He's healthy. Because I tell you the truth, when my husband was really big, he come home from work. He sat down in the couch and I saw him snoring really bad and he's sleeping. I said, this is not my husband. So I kept asking him, I said, hey, would you mind doing some nutrition or Jenny Greg? Because you know what? I don't want you to die. You're still young. I'm older with my husband anyway, but I said, my kids want you. I was crying when I'm telling him that one. So finally, you know what? When I said, Jenny, when his sister, with his sister told him about, I said, Jenny, I never was hesitate. I told him, do it. And including with my daughter, because my daughter was been suffering for how many years, So when they joined that Isagenix, I told you the truth, I am so happy that my husband lost weight, and then my daughter, and the most happiest in my life that my husband come back the same person that I met the first time I met him.
I love it. Oh my gosh, you are so inspiring. I love you, and thank you for being honest and for speaking here and sharing your heart with us. And yes, he's not only the man of steel. I'm sure now you can. I'm not gonna. Kids, don't listen to the buns of steel, right? From all the running. Blushing now. That's it. Look, they're both blushing. So yeah, I love it, and I feel like you guys have kids and grandkids. Now you're gonna be around to be able to play with them and to live a happier, healthier life together, and to be there for them. When your daughter gets remarried soon, you can walk her down the aisle, right?
Yes,
You can do all the good stuff. stuff and be there to see your grandbabies graduate and so on and so forth. So
Yes.
I love it. And I'm so grateful that you have such a supporting family and you guys are doing this together. And I know without a doubt your story will inspire some people out there. And I love you guys. Thank you for being part of this team. Thank you for sharing. Yes, go ahead.
Celia also uses Isogenics.
Yes, I do.
She didn't in the beginning. She watched Julie and I after the first couple of months, and she kept saying, I don't need that. That's for fat people. And I had to tell her, honey, no, it's super nutrition. It's for every body. And that's what I tell everybody. It's for every body. And she tried to shake one day and said, this is very good. What's this other stuff? Oh, that's Ionic Supreme. You drink this in the morning, honey. And so my wife
Love it.
uses it. So it's a family thing.
And you know, Filipino food is super yummy. So to replace that with a shake, to give that up, I mean, come on.
All about balance.
Hey, now, Men of Steel, would you like to introduce our next guest while I share my screen right here? And
yes.
Because I know you know this beautiful lady.
And I'm not going to steal any of her thunder, but I work with her husband, and he was watching me go through my initial transformation. And, you know, he came up with this idea that he says, I think I know somebody can use this. And we have not seen Kathleen in over a year. She's on my team. I watched the earlier part of her journey. So tonight, for myself, my daughter, and several of the members on our team out here in Eastern North Carolina, this is our reveal. This is our closest we're going to get to see to Kathleen in real life tonight.
Yay! And like, come on, Kathleen, can you please unmute yourself? And welcome to our Zoom. And I cannot wait to hear your inspirational, transformational Isogenics story. Can you unmute yourself? He asked to unmute. There you go.
There you go. Is it on mute?
Yes, you are.
Okay. My name's Kathleen. I'm not one to do this, but I chose to do this because Dana's been pretty great through this process. And I'm not one to call many people and ask questions, but I called him back about a month and a half ago. And I think he was pretty surprised to hear how much weight I had dropped. I think he thought I was doing it, but maybe really not doing it the way I should do it. But how I was introduced to Isogenics, if I have tears, they're real. It was a very hard time in my life. My father had been diagnosed and very ill, and I come from a medical background. I'm a nurse, and I was an administrator for a cardiology group. And most of my life, I've just put my family first. I have 3 children. I have my youngest daughter is very active. She's in her 3rd year of medical school. But during my time, when my father fell ill, I was traveling back and forth to California constantly, like leaving work, taking time off. And of course, I had weight on me, and a lot of weight on me. And I used to have patients say to me sometimes, Kathleen, like, such a beautiful person, like, take time in you care for so many us, you know, because I would take care of so many patients and instruct them what they needed to do. But here in return, I wasn't doing what I needed to do for myself. So when I took on my father becoming ill, I lost my father. I lost my father in March of 2018. And my daughter had been accepted into medical school. And it was just a very, very hard time in my life. I was going back and forth to care for my mom, and I've been doing that the past couple of years. One day I came home and I said to my husband, I said, when I go to Bianca's white coat ceremony, I said I would like to not have this weight. And he listened and heard me out. And I had tried many diets and exercise and a lot of different things, and they just didn't work for me because I would always put myself on the back burner. But as I talked to my husband, he came to me and said, hey, you know, I've been watching my boss, Dana. And my husband doesn't believe in diets too. He always used to say, like, you know, you just need to get out there and you need to just like exercise, because he's a big exercise guy. You know, you need to go to the gym, you need to you know, you need to put that work in, not just walking, not just this, you need to just really apply yourself. But this time he came back and he's like, hey, I've been watching my boss. And he goes, and what he's doing works. And he goes, like, do you think it would be something like to try? And he goes, it's like these shakes, and he starts to tell me what he's watching Dana do. And I say yes, but I say yes a little reluctantly because you know, you're afraid of it. Something new. I'm going through a lot. I'm traveling every 3 weeks to California and back, and I'm just doing all these things. Well, the next thing you know, I come home and there's a box of Isogenics. And my husband tells me, Dana's going to call you and he's going to explain to you how this works. And I'm like, today? He's like, yeah, why not today? You have the time. And so I'm like, really? Do I have to do it today? I'm just walking in. I didn't expect this. He's like, today. But today, when I talked to Dana, he explained the entire thing, was very kind with his time. He had just gotten off at work himself, explained everything to me. And I thought, okay, okay. We went through it with Dana. I don't know how long we were on the phone. I get off the phone. I'm like, wow, am I ready to do this? And I'm like, you know, I think it's time. So I started Isogenics, and at first I was so gung-ho about it, and the other nurses that worked in our practice were like, wow, we've never seen you like really stick to it. And I think they expected me not to, because they watched me do so many other things and fall off, that they expected me not to continue with it. But after a couple of months, when I had dropped probably 20 plus pounds, they were like, wow, you're really in this. And I'm like, yes. And they thought, because of everything I was going through, that I was probably losing the weight too because of my loss. You know what I mean? But as I continued and they continued to see it come off me, they're like, okay, you're pretty serious about that. Not only that, we want to look into this Isogenics just to see how healthy it is for you, you know? And as they read on it, now none of them were overweight. They were just like, hey, I think you found what you need for you. And my family started to see, and I too began to feel better, have more energy when I woke up in the morning. I wanted more. And then with all the traveling back and forth, I have never planned for myself the way I've planned with Isogenics. I would have things delivered there, so it was there when I went there. Then I'd have it home. My plane rides were easy. In the shaker, people would see me shaking it on the plane so I could have my shake. But I think over the last 6 months of my time with Isogenics, I've grown to use more products. I've learned even more, because at first I just was doing the basics, same type of shake, drink this. I wasn't doing the vitamins. But now I've brought all that in, and I not only have brought it in, I'm more into it. I want to know more. I'm learning more. I started out at 243 pounds. I am 7 pounds away from losing 100 pounds. And so I'm excited. And also, I'll be very honest with you guys. At the beginning, I was like, you know what? I don't know if I really want to lose 100 pounds. You're just so afraid. But now it's like, hey, I'm going for it. I even asked my husband the other day. I said, what do you think? Do I need to go for those 7? He said, go for the 7. He said, just keep working and exercise. And I do. I exercise twice a day because I have the energy to do it. I'm pretty good with my meals and my intake. I would be one that used to eat anything on the road. I would eat, I'm being honest, I would stick You have to have something sweet because you just had something salty. All bad foods. But now if I open that refrigerator door, I know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for what's healthy for me, what's going to feed my body good nutrition. Um, I'm not looking for junk, or I look and say, hey, I'm not going to eat that because that's a waste of calories, or that's not doing anything for me. I want things that are going to make me feel better, you know? And my dad used to always tell me, and I know my dad sees it, but he used to always tell me, honey, your body's not made for the weight you're carrying. Your body frame is not meant for that, you know? And I always knew that too, but I tried many, many things. But I'm telling you, and my husband said this too. And if you guys knew my husband, Dana knows my husband, he used to always say diets are, no good, whatever. But my husband said to someone, your cousins need to realize this is not a diet. This is a lifestyle change. And it has been for me. And my husband is telling me that. And my husband has always been fit, never's been overweight, always in a gym. But you know what's funny? He's using some of my isogenics also.
You're sharing? Oh my gosh. You're like, no, this is mine. Get your own. That's what I told my husband.
Yeah. So I can only say that this has changed my life. I do feel better. I'm not one to post pictures. I'm not one to boast about me. And I think I did this more tonight to tell anybody that's watching that if I can do something like this, believe me, you can also. And I also believe from the nursing standpoint, sometimes in order to care for other people the way you need to, you have to take care of yourself. And so therefore, I encourage anyone out there to just take a chance on yourself. You can do this, and it is worth it. And I know people may talk about cost, but this is no extra cost to me. This is my stops to get whatever type of food I was eating prior, I'm probably saving on myself also. So I thank Dana. Dana is my coach. I mean, I told Dana when I called a month ago, I said, I'm not one to post, or I'm very embarrassed about pictures. You can tell I don't take many pictures, but I thank Dana. I really thank him, because anytime that I have reached out to him, he's been right there for me. So I think this product is awesome.
I think Dana's crying.
Yeah, Dana is a good man.
It's like my little caterpillar has metamorphoses into a butterfly. That's what it feels like. It's like you this beautiful butterfly, just free and happy and full of life. And I love that. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for being so open, for being so heartfelt. And I know that there's so many people out there that need to hear this story. And I am so grateful that you were so brave to take the time tonight and share this, because just like you, there are other Kathleens out there that are struggling with things that you have, or they have an event like you did, your daughter's graduation and things like that, that you're looking and searching for a solution. And you talked about fear, and I think that's the number one reason why people don't say yes, because they've tried so many other things and they failed, and they're like, I don't want another thing to fail at. Right. But you and Dana and all these people that we've invited to the Zoom over the past months that we've been doing this, they're just an inspiration. They're living proof that saying yes to one thing, it's not like anything else. Saying yes to this program, I mean, it's just, not only do you fuel your body with the best nutrition, you surround yourself with happy, positive people. You're in this for yourself, but not by yourself. You have a team that helps you. And I know, because I've had people on my team, just like you, where they're like, I'm doing my own thing, I'm fine. I'm like, I call them and I check on them. It's like, I'm good. I'm like, how good? Like, give me somewhere good. And I mean, you're a few pounds away from 100 pounds. You were mentioning the the pressure and the stress on your joints, like your dad mentioned, there's a study, and they said that losing 1 pound of like fat, of excess weight, it removes 4 pounds of pressure on your joints.
Yeah.
So 100 pounds, that's 400 pounds of pressure that you just released over your joints. That's why men of steel over here can run. That's why you can do the things you can do, because you're like a butterfly now. You can fly. You have the wings, and you don't have all that extra pressure. I mean, I'm sorry, but like I don't know why I just felt this need to compare you with a butterfly. That's just like because I didn't know you prior to to starting Isogenics, but your story is so relatable, and your story is so, everyone in this world, I can't think of one person that cannot relate to one part of your story, whether it's as a parent that you can't be the best for your child, or as a child that you can't be the best version of yourself for your parent, or as a spouse that you can't be there for your for your significant other 100%, or as a nurse who's dedicated her life to take care of people, and all of a sudden you can't be 100%, and we can't give from an empty cup, and your cup was not only empty, it had a hole in it that was couldn't be plugged, right? And now all of a sudden you're full of life. I can't wait to see you on stage, because guys, we celebrate people that have lost over 100 pounds. We celebrate everybody, but when you lose 100 pounds or more, we go all out. And thank you. I know there's a gazillion comments. Please go through the chat and read them, because you deserve to know that people are here to love you and support you and appreciate and are grateful for you sharing your story. And I'm looking forward to having you back on here when you hit that 100 and beyond. And please, just like you took the time to be on here to share your story with the world, know that posting a picture or posting a post, whether it's on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, it's gonna make a difference. It's gonna reach that other lady out there that maybe her name is not Kathleen and it's Christina. Maybe it's it's Emily or it's Debbie or it's somebody else out there that is searching and praying for a solution just like you were. And I can't shut up about isogenics, right? So it's just one of those things. It's like having a cure for cancer, or we're not curing anything. I'm not making it claim, but like a comparison. It's like you have a cure for something that most people suffer from, and you're like, I know how to do it, and I'm not telling you. It's like I can do that, right? So maybe you got the strength to do this. Hopefully, in the next few days or in the next few weeks, and I know you have Men of Steel there, and Julie and everybody else on this team, and Gina and everybody to help you and support you, say, hey, you know what? I've got the courage to let you know about a little bit about my transformation. So maybe you can inspire some other people. And in the process, our company is so grateful, and I'm sure Dana has told you about this. These products, you can eat them for free. So why not? Right? Why not? I always tell people they're amazing, but they taste so much better when they're free. Like, I don't know what it is, but they taste better when they're free. So thank you so much for your time. If you don't mind, mute yourself. And guys, thank you. This is what Isogenics does. It transforms lives. If Dana hadn't said yes, if Dana hasn't, just like, you're watching this, Dana heard, saw a post, did something by somebody else, and they reach back to them. Reach back to the person that invited you to this tonight. And I'm going to tell you that over and over and over. And Dana said the same thing. Get back with them. What if this is the solution that you've been searching for? What if this is the answer to your prayer? It's been the answer to mine. Obviously, you heard 2 stories that it's been the answer to their prayers. And I'm going to go ahead and share with you guys. Well, let me find his story. I've got a lot of slides on here. The stories are so incredible. I'm just not even gonna go through them. And I'm gonna give you one slide right here. Need for money. Who needs money? Forget about, eating for free is great, but what if you can take it beyond that, right? Today, our national student debt, it's $1.5 trillion. Guys, that's insane. We have over 30 million people out of work. And we have people doing stuff from work, selling stuff from home, online, giving rides, trading ideas, renting rooms in their houses. Why not do something that's you won't have to trade time for money. Why not do something that you can actually have as a motivation, as an inspiration, transforming other people's lives, right? Why not partner with us, right? No overhead, no employees, no special degrees needed, no ability to, you have the ability to work from anywhere, no artificial caps, and no caps. You can make, enough to pay your products, enough to pay your car, enough to pay your house, or enough to travel the world and do whatever you want, right? And we're growing together. It's like personal development and personal growth like none other. I didn't even know about personal development before Isogenics. It's like one of those golden nuggets that just kind of like comes with the brown box somehow. I don't know. And I think once you fuel your body with the right nutrition and you remove all those toxins and you start feeling better, then all of a sudden all this, like you start thinking better. I don't know. It's just, you develop lifelong friendships, right? So there's a gazillion benefits. And with that being said, I'm going to introduce you to our next speaker. This incredible gentleman right here, his name is Frank. He's from New York. He's been a personal trainer for over 18 years, loving husband and father. And I'm going to go ahead and stop this share. And I'm going to let him take it and let you know how Isogenics has not only transformed his life physically, but also financially. What it's done, especially through this pandemic, as a personal trainer, you couldn't go to the gym. Gyms have been closed, and they're still closed in most of the country and the world. So, Frankie, where are you?
Right here.
There you are. Oh, and you have your beautiful wife with you. Hey. So is she gonna? I'm gonna interview her. Let her do it. No, I'm just kidding. You guys do it together. I love that this is a business that you can do together as a husband and wife, and father and daughter, and mother and sister, and whatever else. So go ahead, let us know what Isogenics has done for you.
First of all, thank you for having us on this call. It's such an important call to us and the team and what we do. I want to thank my wife for, like you said, being so supportive and just being such a part of the team. She is one of my compelling reasons and the reasons why I fight for our family. I also want to thank Dana and the man of Steele there, and Kathleen, because if you think about it, some of the things I think about, because I get to talk about money, so I get to keep it real about money. It's like a great opportunity to talk about it, because so many people have issues with talking about money. So here we go. Money's fun, right? Most of you people have smiles on your faces because you know what it could do for you. If you have extra money, you know what it can do. And I'm a big believer that, it's about the mission, but money fuels that mission, right? Without any money, it's hard to fuel a mission, and you could want to change the world. But if you have that extra cash or, extra way to do it, then it makes it happen, So I think of Dana, like, how much should he be compensated for what he's done by sharing? How much should anybody be compensated for what they've done by changing someone's life? You see people make one song and they get paid for the rest of their lives, or buy a piece of property, get paid for the rest of their lives with that property. But changing a life, like, how can you put a price tag on that? And it's just a powerful thing that we do. It's such an amazing thing that we do, because that goes not only for the person that we change, but the people that come from that person, right? Their kids and the people they live with, right? And I have to, these are our compelling reasons. I have to show you this picture. This is why we fight, right, guys? Like, this is our mission, and it's what comes out of them that, I'm sometimes on the couch on my Penny app, and just focusing in on making sure things happen. When I was their age, Riley's 3 and Carter's 2, we came from no money. My family had absolutely no money. We were on welfare checks. I didn't know what it was. I had no idea. But my grandparents lived in the projects. There was no money, but there was love. And there was that community. And but once you left that and you saw everybody else had other things, you knew there was a difference in your life versus somebody else's, and the opportunities that were there. And I was always hungry to create an opportunity for my family. You know, when I was in my late teens, early 20s, my parents lost a house and then lost 2 cars. And so I've seen that, and you know, we had no lights, and it was tough. And it was our part of the culture in the home. We didn't even, we it was just really weird to deal with, and to try to understand why was this happening to us, and other people. Like when we went to church, we saw other people, you know, striving and living great life, but we were hardworking people, but still didn't know that money has rules, and there's a game. It's a game. It's so if you know the rules, then you get to win, and if you're in the right place, you get to win even more, right? And so I was always searching for the right place to win. I was always searching for where can I really have an opportunity to make that extra income and live the life that I want to live, right? What on my terms. You know, if I wanted to travel, how can I, if I didn't have any money, or if a car that I wanted, or a house that I wanted. So I always was really hungry, but didn't know where to go. And reading books and trying to figure it out. And 10 years ago, I was introduced to the product, but not the business. And I I tell you guys, the product changed my life, and it really did put an anchor in my life. And then 8 years later, I find myself, Dee already had Riley. She was pregnant with Carter. I was the only one working. I was working 70 hours a week. You know, I was stressed out, couldn't believe how stressed out I was. Um, my mother-in-law was dealing with cancer. You know, it was so many things happening. It was whirlwind of stress. And because I had taken isogenics 8 years prior, I said to myself, you know what, I need to try this again. And so I got an opportunity to get back on the products. And Mike Arbergo, he walked into my TRX class, shaking his shaker bottle. And I was like, what is that, Mike? He goes, isogenics. He goes, you heard of it? And I go, yeah, I heard of the Ultimate Pack. And so I immediately got on his team and bought the Ultimate Pack. But this time I wanted financial freedom, right? I really wanted financial freedom, and I was still looking for it. So when I saw the compensation plan, I realized that this is the way to do it, right? To have that passive residual income coming in, that means when you're sleeping, you're still making money. Who likes that? Who would like that when you're sleeping, you're making money, right? I know that whole concept right there is enough for me, right? You know, Warren Buffett says, if you don't have money coming in while you're sleeping, then you always work every day of your life. And especially now, look at what's going on. It's how many jobs are going to be lost because of automation. You know, how many people with their 401ks or all these benefits are being lost. You know, what's going on now with the information age? You have to know how to play the game. Before, you had a pension that played the game for you. So what can you do now, right? That was my idea, was what can you do now to change this in your life and create this income, and to be able to be surrounded with a community that believes in you and change your life. So you know, I jumped aboard, and I got on the products, and I lost almost 50 pounds, and I felt amazing. And my wife did the same thing, and she started losing weight, and we started sharing with all my clients, and really started just, you know, moving things along. And I say this, guys, to remember that you're going to go as fast as you can, and it's your pace. It's the way you want to go. But, you know, just keep your eyes focused on the destination, where it is, right? And for us, we want to be ISA millionaires. Why? Because of the things that we can do for our kids thereafter, right? We want to make sure that the company like this is there for them. You know, I have Riley. I don't know if you see the lives of Riley's helping me with the shakes and everything. And she knows Daddy is 3 shake days, 2 cleanse days, 5 shake days. She knows what's the 11-day shred. And she's only 3 years old. And she's just absolutely amazing. And she knows about flooding her body with nutrition. I had no idea about that stuff when I was her age. And so the opportunity to change generation after generation, not just only in what our bodies are able to do, but with our finances, is just totally incredible. So, last year in December, I got a phone call from Debbie, and Debbie goes, I want you to be part of our ISA rally team. And I go, okay. And she goes, I want you to, enroll. I want you to, help people grow. And I go, so Debbie, basically do what I'm doing now. She goes, exactly. And do more of it. And I said, all right, cool, I'm in. And it's funny when she said it, because that in that moment, I had told Dee that this was it, because I wanted to make sure that this time when I stepped on the gas in the business, that I ripped out the brakes and that I kept going no matter what. And that's the real trick of anything that you're doing in life. If you want to succeed, you cannot hit the brakes. You got to keep going. Especially, I kind of think of it like a plane, right? If you're going down the runway, probably the worst mistake you can do is hit the brakes, because guess where you're going? Right in the marsh, right? And hopefully you're still alive after that. So what we did was we were like, made a commitment. You do what you got to do. I got to do what I got to do. And we found out that, in the midst of what we were doing, my mother-in-law got cancer again. And it was this time, that was a real test for us. So I said, babe, listen, whatever you do, just keep doing. If it's not bad news, like really bad news, just keep me a little bit out the loop. I'm just going to focus on what got to be done. Because guys, every time you have a problem, it will end. The problem will end. The question is, where will you end up after the problem? So I made sure for me, I said, you know what, babe, I need to make sure that after this, once we get everything situated, that once we move on and the problem's over, where will we be? And we wound up being, in less than 90 days, executives in the company. We skyrocketed. We finally got there. We were so excited. It was such a great moment to hit that button with Jeff and Debbie and say this was our last enrollment to make it, and we hit it. And then it was one of our biggest pain months for that quarter. And it's just been amazing ever since. We won the trip to Mexico now. We've been getting the passive residual with the cycles, and for every one cycle, like celebrate one cycle. That's one cycle means 3 people you've helped. 10 cycle means what? 30 people you've helped that week, right? If you think about it in those terms, that's really amazing. So when you only hit one cycle, do not be ashamed of that. Be super excited, because that's 3 people's lives that you've completely changed, and they made reorders. That means you also trained them very well. So for us, it was super exciting when the last few weeks, we've been hitting 11 and 12, and we're getting into those numbers. And now we're really close to 2-star, and that's a $2,000 bonus, right? Who likes bonuses? Right? So think of residual, think of commission, think of bonuses, think of trips. Like all these things that are happening, we get all Tiffany earrings and all these things that we get from the company. They're so generous, and t-shirts coming from the mail from Jeff and Debbie, and hats, and all these amazing gifts that come for doing what Dana and Kathleen are doing, right? That's the thing right there, is that mission, and then to be compensated. So to feel the ability to be able to heal bodies and also financial pain has been completely amazing in our household. And to know that when we invite our friends and family over, like 99% of the people are on the products, and they're going to live a greater and better life. So, I could go for hours. I know Christine said I could have an hour and a half, but
yeah, right. No.
I just want to thank you guys, and I really push you guys to really dig into the compensation plan. Know that there's no other company that does what we do for the people and for the finances and the freedom. And I'll leave you with one thing, money's great, mission's great, time freedom is even better. To be able to wake up in the morning and see my little kids open that door and go into their rooms and wake up with them is just a precious thing, and I just want you to just dream again, and know that this vehicle can get you to your dreams if you just run as fast as you can with it.
Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. And it is the best vehicle. And, let's face it, most people are taught to, just go to school and get a good education, and then go get a job and go up the corporate ladder and do all this stuff, and hopefully one day make a 6-figure or whatever income. And then, the more you make, the more you take yourself away from the family, right? And to not be able, especially now, I mean, I talked to a girl in my team, she's actually on the Zoom, I'm not going to mention any names, but like she has a family member that has a daughter that she has to leave at home alone to do her homeschooling because she has to be at work because she's a single mom. Like it is so hard. And to be able to offer an opportunity, a vehicle that you don't have to trade in time for money, and you get residual income. And most people don't even know what residual income is. I mean, I didn't know what residual income is. And you said the beautiful thing is like, who wants to make money while they're sleeping? Yeah, great. But like for people to understand that, it is so far-fetched. It's like, oh no, it's only for, the Rockefellers. It's only for, Warren Buffett. It's only for all those people that they know what the heck they're talking about. But like I said in the slide before I introduced you, we don't have to know any of that stuff. We are teamed up with the best company in the world, which has the best executive staff and the best owners and the best co-founders in the world that have done and have gone and up and down and have learned this industry inside and out, and have designed a compensation plan that is like no other. And as a result, we are now saving lives, impacting lives, creating men of Steels and nurses of steel right there, right, Kathleen? and your personal trainer, your payment stopped, your money stopped when COVID started, right? You couldn't go to the gym, the gyms are closed. So if it hadn't been for Isogenics, you probably would be in the same boat with your parents where you lose your house and your car and everything else. Am I correct?
Well, to be honest, I have a lot of clients that wanted to train with me online. So being able to do that and give them workouts and be able to do that, I was able to keep that money coming. So the cool thing about having passive residual income and extra income, guys, it's when you're able to have that extra, then you can make your passive make you more passive.
Right.
Right. And what I mean by that is your money go out there and work harder than you ever will. I never seen a dollar bill sleeping unless you keep it under the mattress. But if you put it out there and make it go work, it'll work harder than you because it never gets tired. It never gets tired. So if you could leverage off, even if you're part-time here, make as much money as you possibly can and leverage off that money to help you make more money, then you can create freedom here. It is possible.
Yeah. It is, and it's a beautiful thing because to someone it's important to stay home with their kids, maybe homeschool them through this. To somebody else, maybe make this payment or that payment that they're behind, or get out of credit card debt or whatever. Everybody has a different goal, financially, physically, mentally. We all have different goals. But it doesn't matter if you need to lose 100 pounds or you need to gain 20 pounds. It doesn't matter if you want to make $50 or you want to make $50,000, right? Or $5 million. It doesn't matter. We have no cap. Is it insane? I mean, honestly, if I wasn't part of this company and if I didn't have, the leadership and the knowledge and the wisdom that has been taught to me by the leaders in this company to understand and know that we don't have to, we're in the business for ourselves, but not by ourselves. We don't have to know how the whole compensation plan works. It's just, I just know that every Monday for the last 6 years, I've gotten paid. There's not been a Monday. And the end of this month, October 3rd was my first day when I had my first shake. And I have not had a Monday that I didn't get paid. Whether I showed up or I didn't. And just like you guys had, talked about the struggles, I've had struggles. I've had 5 kids. I've had my mom with, I lost my mother to cancer. I lost my father-in-law to cancer and all that stuff. And through all that, I never once had to worry about, is like, am I going to be able to make my house payment? Am I going to be able to make my car payment? Because we have a team and we work together as a team. And it's not like a corporate ladder is like, oh, you took my promotion. No, you want to make more money? Talk to more people, impact more lives. That's all there is, guys. So thank you, Frankie. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for being here. And Dee, thank you for supporting him so well and for being his strength and his inspiration, and for giving him the 2 beautiful kids that are now motivating him to change the world. And I appreciate you taking the time. Thank you. And as always, I can't wait to get together with all of you guys and just celebrate everyone. So guys, get back to the person that invited you here. They invited you to this call because they know that you have potential. They believe in you even if you don't believe in yourself. They make a difference. They know that this program can make a difference in your life just like it did in theirs, just like it did in mine, just like it did in Dana's and Kathleen's and everyone else's. We have a solution. So whether you want to feel better, whether you want to look better, whether you want to, you know, have time freedom or financial freedom, or just understand the power of preventive care versus sick care. Because most people don't know the difference. They're like, oh, I have health care. No, you have sick care, right? Let's take care of it. Just like you take care of a car, and I know we're going over time here, and I'm gonna close this really quick, but just like you take care of your car and you take it and you get a tune-up every so often, do that to your body. Fuel your body right, and your body's gonna do what it's supposed to, right? We don't make any medical claims. We do not treat any or cure any diseases. Our bodies are amazing and phenomenal. They have the power to take care of themselves and regenerate cells at the level of, we can't even imagine, right? It's like what, 3 billion, I believe it's 3 billion chemical reactions per minute or per second in our bodies at one time. Like I can't even think about, I can't even count to 3 billion, just saying, and I'm a math geek. But, and our company has done, so our body knows what to do because the formulator has put it all together and gives us the right nutrition. And our company knows how to pay us right and compensate us for impacting and changing the world. So if it's doing this for us, why not you? Why not you? You heard 3 incredible stories. You hear 3 incredible stories every week. We're here to support you, help you, and coach you and guide you to whatever your goals are. Get back to the person that invited you here. They love you, they care about you, and they know that you deserve to live better, to feel better, to enjoy life at a whole new level. Live your best life. This is the way we're doing it. Join us. It could be for you as well. Love you guys. I'm going to stop this Facebook Live and I'm going to stop the recording.